12 hours ago, Iran launched a devastating attack on Israel that sends panic waves across the entire world, leaving 19 dead and 200 casualties, blowing up bunkers in Israel, which further terrifies Israel.
You guys remember, was it 2 months ago, 2 or 3 months ago, where Israel and USA attacked Iran, and they used a bunch of bunker busters, and one of them didn't go off, and USA now lodged a complaint trying to get the bomb back because Iran doesn't have the technology, and USA doesn't want Iran to get the technology. Well, now Iran is attacking bunkers, but as far as we know, Iran doesn't have a bunker buster, which the only thing that would make sense here is Iran has reverse engineered the bunker buster that was used to attack them. But it's like, holy shit, that quick? But apparently Iran has attacked a bunker, and now Israelis are not safe in the bunker.
From my critical analyses of the situation, America is losing the war with Iran. And the interesting part, America is running out of options and strategic military tactics to stand strong without looking to be under pressure. However, it didn't happen. America, calling for ceasefire, seems to be falling into Iran-D fears. Negotiating terms, placing and removing sanctions are clearly desperate measures from the US that seems not to be effective. This a few among many reasons why I am on the opinion that Iran is winning. And to understand this better, let's rewind the clock a bit. The 2026 Iran versus US war erupted on February 28, when US and Israeli forces launched Operation Epic Fury, nearly 900 strikes in 12 hours that killed Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei and dozens of top officials. Iran entered this conflict without nuclear weapons, facing a superpower coalition with overwhelming air superiority. Yet 3 weeks in, Tehran has not collapsed. Instead, its responses have widened the battlefield, spiked global oil prices past $114 per barrel, the highest since the pandemic, forced shipping reroutes through the Strait of Hormuz, disrupting 20% of world oil trade, inflicted US casualties, now 13 dead, 232 wounded, strained Israeli defenses, and created domestic political pressure on Washington through surging US gas prices and inflation fears. The new Supreme Leader, Mojtaba Khamenei, elected March 8th, has doubled down. The soft closure of Hormuz continues, proxies rage on, and Iran frames every strike as self-defense. These moves have not forced a formal US defeat or concession. The war remains active, with ongoing US-Israeli airstrikes degrading Iranian missile sites, energy infrastructure, e.g. South Pars gas field, and naval assets. Trump has projected 4 to 5 weeks but threatened to obliterate power plants if Hormuz stays blocked. However, Iran's steps have dramatically raised the costs, spread anxiety across US allies, Gulf states reeling from base and airport hits, depleted expensive Western interceptors, and turned economic pain into leverage. Even Khamenei's assassination only hardened resolve, worsening the coalition's dilemma: how to end a conflict where the weaker side controls choke points and proxies. Below are the Iran-implemented, drawn from verified events. Each has compounded the others, creating a web of deterrence through attrition and globalization of pain. Within hours of the February 28th strikes, Iran unleashed over 500 ballistic and naval missiles, plus nearly 2,000 drones. Total by early March, 1209 plus missiles, 2,094 plus drones. Targets spanned Israel, Tel Aviv, Haifa, including 20 missiles, 110 drones, US bases across 9 countries, Al Udeid in Qatar, Al Dhafra in UAE, Fifth Fleet in Bahrain, etc., and Gulf infrastructure. This wasn't tit-for-tat restraint like post-Soleimani 2020. It was deliberate flooding. Cheap Shahed drones, 50k each, versus costly US interceptors. 4 men on the Patriot, 12 million to THAAD. Hits damaged radars, wounded personnel, and forced Gulf states into defensive mode. By firing from dispersed underground sites and integrating jamming, Iran preserved launchers despite US counterstrikes. Effect: US underestimated scale, Financial Times analysis, drawing in Jordan, Kuwait, etc., and spiking anxiety. Sudden multi-front war with 2,000 plus dead regionally. Even post-Khamenei, barrages continued, 9 on Israel March 16-17, depleting stocks slowly, but proving resilience. Iran's most powerful card. IRGC Navy declared no unauthorized passage, laid mines, attacked 16 plus tankers, e.g. US-flagged Stena Imperative, Palau-flagged Skylight, and used speedboats, Josh GPS jamming. By March 1st to 12, 150 plus ships stalled, 20% global oil flows halted or rerouted. Mojtaba Khamenei explicitly tied reopening to US terms. This bypassed sanctions irrelevance. Oil lives by Iran terms as Brent hit 2022. Highs: US gas rose 30% plus. Asia faced shortages rationing, and insurance shipping costs exploded. US-UK now strike IRGC Navy HQ and mine threats, but full reopening requires ground naval commitment they hesitate on. Anxiety multiplier. Global recession fears. IEA major threat. Forcing Trump domestic pressure while Iran absorbs internal gas shortages, 94% domestic use, but exports chaos. Hezbollah reignited the 2026 Lebanon war with rockets, missiles into Israel, killing civilians, forcing evacuations, 570 plus Hezbollah deaths, but sustained fire. Houthis in Yemen threatened Bab el-Mandeb and Red Sea tankers near Yanbu. Iraqi PMF Kataib Hezbollah hit US bases in Erbil, Baghdad, Victory Complex, and claimed 23 plus drone strikes. Even Azerbaijan plots foiled. This horizontal escalation, per foreign affairs, prevented US focus on Iran alone. Israel fights on 2 fronts. US diverts assets to Gulf, Iraq. No nukes needed. Low-cost proxies bleed resources, stretch defenses, and create political costs, e.g. Lebanese displacement. Post-leadership loss. Proxies intensified, worsening Israeli anxiety over existential multi-theater threats. Beyond military bases, Iran hit Dubai International Airport, March 7th, Ras Laffan, Mesaid in Qatar, Aramco Ras Tanura in Saudi, Bahrain fuel tanks, Kuwait airports, UAE industrial sites, and even Amazon Web Services data centers causing regional outages. Later, Qatar LNG facilities in retaliation for South Pars hits, Haifa refineries, goal, turn US allies against hosting bases by cratering tourism, energy exports, and GDP. Cheap drones overwhelmed defenses, cluster munitions added chaos. This raised coalition anxiety. Gulf states, Saudi, UAE, now balance US alliance with self-preservation, while global supply chains fracture, fertilizer, LNG shortages. Iran ration strikes as stocks dipped but sustained pressure. Khamenei's death, Feb 28, was meant to decapitate and demoralize. Instead, an interim council formed March 1st. Mojtaba, hardliner's son, elected March 8. He immediately affirmed Hormuz closure to pressure the US and vowed no surrender. This countered US hopes of regime fracture. IRGC Basij cohesion held no mass uprising. Strikes on internal security, Basij LEC HQs followed, but new leadership framed resilience as divine national will. Anxiety spiked for US-Israel. No power vacuum to exploit. Hard-aligned stance, prolonged war signaling decapitation doesn't work, and forcing rethink of endgame. Trump open to new talks, but under economic duress. IRGC Navy HQ struck March 16th, yet operations persisted. Tanker interdictions, mine-laying, threats to set ships ablaze, and SAM claims, e.g. alleged F-15 downing over Hormuz Island. Coordinated with Army Hezbollah. This low-tech, high-impact approach, proximity to Gulf, bypassed US air dominance. Shipping attacks, UKMTO reports, and threats to desalination power plants, if escalated, forced US to divert assets for escort in anti-mine ops. Result? Sustained oil volatility, insurance spikes, and US Navy strain without full fleet commitment. Iran imposed 60-plus hour internet blackouts, down to 1% connectivity. Cyber-attacked US Stryker medical supply and UAE AWS centers, S3EC2 failures, jammed GPS near Hormuz and hacked apps media, paired with propaganda, framing as brutal, unprovoked aggression, UN complaints and global South appeals. Assassination threats against Netanyahu officials publicized. This degraded enemy logistics, amplified fear, civilian hits like Minab school backlash, and sustained domestic control despite strikes. Anxiety amplifier, US faces info war where economic pain, US gas hikes, fuels domestic opposition. Early flood gave way to rationed, heavier 1,000 kg plus payloads on high-value targets, radars, refineries, despite 90% missile depletion by March 10th. Underground silos and dispersed launchers survived repeated US-Israeli hits, e.g. Shiraz-Yaz bases struck multiple times. Combined with drone swarms, this exhausted Western munitions stocks and forced constant vigilance. Post-Khamenei, rates held enough to kill 7+ Americans, 11 Israelis cumulatively. Strategy: survive bombardment longer than coalition political will, proving escalate to de-escalate via pain. Public vows: assassinate officials, pilots anywhere. Strike US power grids if Iran's hit. Expand to Turkey, Cyprus, Azerbaijan. Or fully mine Hormuz, Bab el-Mandeb. IRGC tracked US-Israeli personnel. This kept coalition off balance. Every strike risked wider war. NATO bases hit, European involvement. Even a leadership loss amplified. New regime's offensive doctrine, per Iranian generals, signaled no limits, heightening anxiety over protracted, globalized conflict. Iran rejected quick mediation, used Pezeshkian outreach, Russia-Pakistan, and exploited oil dependency. Asia rationing, Europe inflation, US stagflation risks. Polls showed opposition in Japan, Italy, Spain, Australia. By tying Hormuz to terms, Iran forced Trump, threats, harsh announcements, while economy suffers. This turned military inferiority into political pressure. US lives by Iran terms, via prices, sanctions. Irrelevance in wartime. Collectively, these steps, executed without nukes, have transformed expected quick US victory into a grinding, expensive quagmire. Khamenei's death only worsened US-Israel anxiety by proving regime durability and hardening policy. Oil surges, proxy chaos, and 12B plus early US costs, escalating, have globalized the pain, depleting interceptors and testing alliances. Iran absorbs hits, 2,000 plus dead, infrastructure damaged, but exports disruption far beyond borders. As of March 23, 2026, fighting continues. No ceasefire, US strikes persist on missiles. Energy. Iran vows more if power plants targeted. Iran's playbook shows how a sanctioned, non-nuclear state can humble a bully through asymmetry, flood, choke, distract, endure, and globalize costs. Whether this forces eventual de-escalation on Iranian terms remains open, but the anxiety is real and self-inflicted for the coalition. The war's economic shadow already reshapes 2026 geopolitics.